So hi guys, welcome to this video again. This is basically a operational video where we will learn something fun, something very basic that we use more often as a system admin. So let's assume you have a Zimbra server, and as a system admin, what is your most basic task? Your most basic task is to create an user, an email account. So to create an email account is pretty much simple. But what if you have to do create bulk email accounts? Then what would you do? There are several methods that you can use to create bulk provisioning. So in this video, we are going to check all of them. And by the way, if you know any alternate method other than this, please do let us know in the comments so that we can share the knowledge in our community. So yeah, let's go to our um, let's go to our Zimbra server. This is the putty. My Zimbra server address is 192.168.1.91. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. So Zimbra zm control -v. Let's check the version. My Zimbra version is 8.8.15, and let's check the status. zm control status. So you can see all the services are running. So now we are going to create new user. Now if we are going to create new user, we can simply do that by executing zmprov command. Zmprov create account. Before that, let me see what accounts are here in the server. Right now you can see it is a fresh server. There are few system accounts and one admin account, only one domain, 5 accounts, these 5 accounts, and everything is very basic as it is a new server. So to create a new user, what we have to do, zmprov CA or create account. Let's say user1 @ sample server .xyz. Then we can do, or we can write display name. Let me check that whether I'm inputting zmprov, inputting the correct attribute or not. Zmprov display name. Yeah. So they say using the attribute like this way: display name user1, and okay, in between I will input the password. So with this, the account is created. zmscts, as you can see, we have the user1. But if we want to get the details, zmprov za get account, and our account is user1 @ sample server .xyz. less. Let's put minus L in front of it, because whenever we are using minus L flag, it means it is retrieving the attributes from the LDAP. So let's see. Yeah, it is retrieving the LDAP attributes, and among the LDAP attributes you can see the display name is set as user1. By the way, let me show you something cool. CD opt. By the way, we are in the Zimbra home directory, as you can see from this tilde sign. So here we are going to go cd common conf ls. Okay, let's exit from here. ls etc cd etc ls, no, cd 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 conf ls. Okay, here. So right now where we are in the opt zimbra conf. You can see the attrs. This is the attribute list. Many times my fellow system admins and my other friends ask me that, okay, Zimbra has many attributes, how can I find them, how can I know what is the correct attribute? You can check those attributes from here. So if I vi attributes, then there are these files. Let me use this file, and you can see there are many attributes. Let's go a little bit lower. Okay, this is the attribute name, co company, ca common name, display name, the attribute we recently used. What is the type of this attribute? The type of this attribute is string, and where it is used in these flags: account info, domain admin, modifiable, callback, display name, some other technical parameters. So here you can find many attributes. So I definitely recommend you to check out this file, read this file, understand this file. If you want to understand the Zimbra very well, then attributes file is one of the important file that you want to read. So yeah, you can read. And another thing that I wanted to show you to you, that among these attributes you will find some attributes like this: uid. Whenever you create a Zimbra user, like not getting it, uid, whenever you create a Zimbra user, it 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 gets an uid, user id. That user id has a flag of immutable. So what does this immutable means? This immutable means this attribute is unchangeable. That means you cannot change this attribute. Once the uid is set, you cannot change it. You can rename the account name or email address, but the uid will be same. So this is the meaning of immutable. Another thing that is in cardinality. Cardinality sets at multi means you can use multiple values in this attribute. So these are few things. I'm not going into the details. Just check yourself, read the attribute file, and you'll find lots of important informations and interesting informations as well. that will help you to understand the Zimbra overall Zimbra operation and how you can use it. Like, look, user, password, account, and many more. Okay, let's get out of this file. So now we have seen that how we can create a user, but we created this user after logging into Zimbra. But what if I don't want to log in into Zimbra but still want to create a user? So what will I am going to do? I am going to do, I am exiting. Right now I am as a root user, but I want to create a Zimbra user. But to create a Zimbra user, I have to have the permission of Zimbra. So what would I do now? What I do su Zimbra as if I am logging into Zimbra, then -c, that the command I am trying to execute, zmprov ca user2 at the rate sample server dot xyz. Then 1 2 3 4 5 6 is the password. Never use this kind of password. Display. Maybe we will talk in another video about the best practices of password. So display name user 2. So look, right now I'm not logged in as a root user, as a Zimbra user. I'm right now as a root user, but still I'm creating a Zimbra email account. So as you can see, the UID, it is showing the UID. Therefore, the account is created successfully. So now you understand, you don't need to get into Zimbra to execute any command. What you can do, su Zimbra -c zm cts. It will show me all the user accounts, like the user account I just created. And also similarly, zmprov -l get account user 2 at the rate sample server dot xyz. Less, it is showing me all the things that I would do using the Zimbra user. There is a colon. If I press Q, it will exit. So this is one thing. Our video is not about this, but I thought that it may find it may be interesting for you to know this. You may find this interesting and useful in some cases. So this is a single command to create Zimbra user. We can use the graphical user interface as well to create the Zimbra user. Like, let me show you. Private window, https 192.91.91.7071, then admin Okay, from this graphical user interface, if I go to the manage, then I can create an account from here, like user 3. I can set the last name, or okay, last name user 3. I can set the display name as per my preference, not auto. I want to set it my way, user 3. Then I can do some other things, but I'm not going to that. Finish. I just created the user 3. So this is the way you can create single account using both CLI as well as graphical user interface. And while using CLI, you can create it while logging into Zimbra user as well as from the root user. Now the fun part is, what if we need to create multiple accounts? That can be for test purposes, that can be for different other purposes. For multiple accounts, we can do several things. For one, let me say, we can do like zmprov CA user 21. Okay, by the way, let me tell you something before going into this multiple account creation. As let me show you something. So Zimbra zm control minus no zm accts. As you can see here, in this server there is only one domain, sample server.xyz. That means this is the default domain for this server. So what is the advantage of the default domain of this server, of being a default domain? You don't need to write the whole email address while using it. Like zmprov CA user 4 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm not setting the display name here, you know it. I'm not using any domain, must be a valid email address. Okay, so my bad, we have to use sample server.xyz. The account is created. Now if I want to change the password, zmprov set password user 4 654321. As you can see, as the account is created, I no longer need to use the full form of that account to change its password, or even I can access the web interface using just the username, not the full FQDN. So use the full email address, you can just put the username and add the password and you are good to go. But for any other domain or any other domain users, those are not default domain, you need to use the full email address. So yeah, that's for another days. So far what we have seen, that we can create accounts using a single command, both as a Zimbra user, as a root user, and from the graphical user interface. Now the fun part is, what we have to create multiple accounts. So there are three possible ways, but please let me know if you have anything more that you can share with us so that we can share that information in our community. That is, just you need to create a list of commands like zmprov ca, say user 31 at the rate sample server xyz. Okay, xyz 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let me copy it, paste, 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 paste. That means 2 3 4 5. You have to do this kind of things, list all the commands. Let me give you some hints. You can use some open source notepads like notepad plus or sublime text, where creating this kind of series of commands is pretty much easy and very convenient. So once you create this, let me write here method 1, no, actually method 2, because method 1 using single command, though it is kind of a single command, using single command zmprov ca user 2 at the rate sample server dot xyz 1 2 3 4 5 6. So in method 2, what we are going to do is we just copy them and we'll paste it here. As we can see, as we have pasted, the accounts are being created. Whenever a account is created successfully, you will get the UID below that command line. So we have created 5 accounts. So imagine you have a large organization, you're setting up a new server, you need to create account. You can do this. You can collect all the users, you can uh, create command list using their name, as well as you can also add other attributes like display name and something else, then execute them one by one. Or like you have hundreds of this kind of commands, you execute 10 then 10 then 10. I'm not recommending executing the 100 at the same time, because if there is any error, then you will not be able to notice it. Executing 10 commands will help you to notice if there is any issue or not. Okay, so that is method 2. Now let's move on to method 3. Method 3. In method 3, what we are going to do is we are going to cat username. The username will be like okay, permission denied. Let's use some other file name, list, permission denied. Let's use another directory. Okay, in the temp directory we are able to create something. So now it is waiting for our inputs. So let's put some inputs. Let me copy from here, copy, sorry, so it would be user, say user 41, a different series, at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 42 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 43 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 44 at the rate sample server dot xyz. I misspelled something. Full sample server dot xyz, then user 45 at the rate sample server dot xyz. As soon as I'm finished inputting all the username, then what I will do is Control C. All those inputs should be saved in the temp list. Let's read it. Temp list. You can see everything is there except user 45. So let's do this again. rm minus rf temp list. Again cat user 41 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 42 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 43 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 44 at the rate sample server dot xyz, user 45 at the rate sample server dot xyz. Now we are going to press Ctrl D instead of Ctrl C. Ctrl D. So let's check it. It somehow added that also. So let's edit this. You got the concept. That is the main thing. No, there is 45. So what's wrong with this? Okay, so whatever it is. Now what I am going to do is using a for loop. I have listed, by the way, I listed this way, but I can also rm minus rf list them another way. Temp list, remove it. I can list them cat temp lists. So I am going to use their 41 so I'm gonna 2 3 4 5. I'm gonna edit a file vi temp name. I am going into the insert mode. I'm just copy pasting it, saving it, cat temp name. I got all the name. So as a system admin, you collected all of your usernames. Now you need to create the accounts. So what you are going to do? Are you going to write this kind of single line scripts and execute them one by one? It is feasible and maybe a viable option if you have less than maybe 50 or 100 users. But what if you have 1000 users? What would you do? For that, what you are going to do is for I in dollar cat, okay, cat temp name do, don't worry, I'm going to explain it to you. zmprov ca dollar I, the password, now you can set some message echo email address dollar I created successfully, then done. Let me extend it. Okay, so this is the thing. What I did at the first part of this line for loop, it will read cat temp name file. After reading the file, it will mark each line as I, and for each I it will execute this command zmprov create account. I means each line, therefore it means zmprov ca user 41 at the sample server.xyz password echo, it will echo that email address, this one created successfully, and then done. So let's test it. As you can see, the UID is shown as the user is being created and the email address user 41 created successfully. So being a system admin, I think you should study sometime about the scripting. It can help you a lot in your day-to-day operation. One more thing that we can do is like, let me change it. Let me change it like 46 7 8 9 50. Now take a close look at this. These outputs all are very adjacent. So if you have thousands of outputs, then it would be kind of very hectic to look at them and understand. So you can do a little bit more tuning here, that is adding, sorry, that is adding a space echo en, then using n, then done. Let me extend this a little bit one. So everything is same. I'm just added a space. So just execute. Okay, maybe I didn't save it. VI temp name. Okay, these are all 46, 47. Okay, now execute. You can see now the outputs are shown using a space, which is quite good to look at. So this is how you can modify things. You can uh, you can play it with yourself a bit more to learn more, and how you can tweak it, how you can modify it more. Just do it and let us know. If you find anything useful that you can share with us to the community, just let us know. So okay, so this is method 3. Now let's move on to the method 4. Method 4. In method 4, what we are going to do is we are going to write a script. The script is, let's say, vi auto underscore user. Okay, auto underscore user, and I'm giving it the extension. Now the basic of a script is using the shebang at the top of the script. So for the shebang, I'm going to use bin bash. I don't know whether you can see it properly or not. Let me close this one and open another of my terminal where it would be more visible for you. Zimbra. Okay, so this is the terminal where I'm going to do cd. I'm moving to the temp directory where I will not have any issue of any permission related things. So let's create vi auto emails.sh. Okay, I'm using the enter, I'm using the shebang. Let's make it a big one. Using the shebang bin bash. Now what I'm going to do is I can use either echo or banner, but I'm going to stick with the echo. Echo preparing script for user accounts. It's just a description that will be displayed during the execution of the script. Now to make things a little bit more convenient, what I will do, I will add some pause here, sleep time 2, then space echo en and I have added 2-second pause and a space, then echo preparing script for user accounts. Then again I am going to add this space here. By the way, here will be en. Now what I'm going to do, I will create a while loop. Earlier we saw the for loop, now we will see while loop. While w, or whatever variable you want to use, x equals to 100. I fix the variable value of the variable x equals to 100, while bracket space $x less than equal 110, do zmprov no, I'm not gonna use zmprov. Zmprov can be used, but I'm showing you a different method. Echo create account user $x sample server .xyz 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I'm saving it to the temp emails, and I'm setting another condition, that is expression $x plus 1. Don't worry, I am going to explain it to you. So the thing is, I have added 2-second pause, then a space, then a description that will be shown, then again a space, then I'm using a while loop. I said x will be started from 100, and while x is less than or equal 110, it will execute this command and save the output to these files. So right now x is 100. It will execute and create ca user x at the sample server.xyz and the password and save it to here. Then it will come to this line where this condition will increase the value of x by 1. Then again it will match with this condition. Adding 1 to 100 will make it 101. But is it less than or equal 110? Yes, it is. Then it will again execute this. So by doing it repeatedly, once when it reaches 110, it will create the last user 110, and after that, after creating 110 user, when it comes to here, the expression will add one more value and the value will become 111, and when 111 will go check with this parameter and the condition, it will see okay, 110 is not either less than or equal to 110, so the function is done, it will be closed. Now what I can do is I can set another message that all email accounts are saved in temp emails. Also add I can add a space here, So that's it. Cat auto. You can see these are the script. Now to run this script, I need to give it the execution power, like chmod plus x auto. But without providing it the execution power, we can run it by using the bash. So if I write bash, then auto, it will run just like it will run with the chmod plus x. So let's execute it this way. And it says preparing script for user accounts. All email accounts are saved in temp emails. So it is done. Let's read cat. As I'm already in the temp directory, emails. Everything is done. Now I'm going to provision them in the Zimbra. To provision them in the Zimbra, what I need to do is zmprov -f emails, and as I enter this, it will create all the users one by one. As you can see, all the users are created. Let's see zmscts. We should have user 100. Yeah, these are 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, because 11 doesn't meet the criteria. So this is the third method that we can use. So let me give you the thing that we have executed so far for. Okay, this is one thing. Method 3, I'm going to give it in the description, so don't worry about it. And about method 4, let me get it. Cat auto email sh. I am writing the script, then I am executing the scripts. Let me put it this, so that it will be more understandable for you. Okay, so these are the things. Let me copy it. Let me save the file. Save as user account creation. User account creation. I'm saving it into documents. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is the details I was trying to show you. This thing is useful when you are dealing with lots of email addresses, and also during the time of migration, that we will create more videos on them. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and definitely do let me know your feedbacks, what kind of video you want to see, and what can be useful for you. Definitely know whatever your feedback is, whether it is positive or negative, any kind of improvement. I will give the links and all the other things in the details, so feel free to leave your comment and stay safe. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.